Dearest Texas history scholars, I hope that you're doing well today. I am recording this video from my home, and this is actually a 2-for-1 because I'm going to color this map, which means that you're going to learn how I expect you to color maps in this class. So, on this map, we are going to use the 4 components of maps. We're going to have a scale, a title, a compass, and a key. And I'm saying those out of order, and I'm sorry. Title. Here's a compass. Never eat sour watermelon, northeast, southwest. We are going to have a key down here. And the key, we're going to draw 4 boxes. And this and this. Now, when you see a star on a map, it stands for a capital. And this right here usually stands for a city. We're going to do that too, okay? Let me go ahead and add a, whoops, sorry, you didn't get to see that all the way. Okay, here's a scale. This is the easiest place to draw a scale on the Texas map. I measured this last year, so I know. That is about 50 miles. That means that's about an hour drive. About. Okay, down here we have the Gulf of Mexico. That's important. All of this is the Gulf, okay? Now I'm going to draw these lines, and they're not going to be perfect, and we're just going to do the best that we can, okay? You're going to start like about here, and swoop down. And then you're going to start here while that line is still straight, and then boom. And then there's another one that's right here, and that one is curved, but it only has one major curve in it. So boom, boom, okay? These are the regions of Texas, okay? And in a moment, I will label those, but first, I'm going to show you the major cities. About right here, we have Amarillo. Right down here, we have Lubbock. Get your guns up! That's where Texas Tech is. If you want to find Abilene on a map, you're just going to like follow these lines and then go just a little bit northeast. And that is Abilene. That's where we live. Over here we have Fort Worth. It really bothers me when people write fort as FT period. Fort is 4 words. I mean letters. It's not that hard. So just write it out. Fort Worth. This over here is Dallas. And then this area combined is known as the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And they have a major international airport and a lot of people. They have sports teams and parks and all kinds of fancy stuff. Down here, about right here, is our capital, and that is Austin, Texas. And then if we go a little south and maybe a little tiny bit west, we have San Antonio, which is where the Alamo is. Okay, and then right here, we have the town of Houston, the city. That's the largest city in Texas, Houston. And then right down here, we have Galveston. Notice how Galveston is right on the coast, but Houston is inside of that bay. Interesting. I wonder why that happened. Maybe there was a hurricane or something in the year 1900 that was really terrible. It's fun to learn about. This over here is El Paso. And then on the other side of this river is Ciudad Juarez, which is the other side of El Paso, but it's in Mexico, and that's Juarez. Okay, this right here, this water, I'm just gonna like go like this, and I want you to know that that is the Rio Grande. And then over here is the Mexican state of Coahuila, which you don't need to know for your test, and we're not going to write that down today, but in the future you will have to know that. Not today. Okay, so we named some major cities. Over here is Odessa, Midland. I'm not going to label those. Now let's go ahead and identify the regions of Texas. So, oh my goodness, what is the deal? I keep forgetting that U. Okay, mountains and basins. That's the mountains and basins region right there. Okay, and then the next one is the Great Plains, and that's where Amarillo and Lubbock are. So, mountains and basins, Great Plains. This one right here that we live in is called the North Central. And then this last one, which is right over here, is the Coastal Plains. Most of the population in Texas, most of our history, major cities, most of them are in the Coastal Plains. Okay, and the Coastal Plains touches the Gulf of Mexico. So our explorers that were exploring by ocean, they're going to come into the Coastal Plains. They're going to come in here in these areas. Okay, so here's how we're going to color. And notice that this thing is really not super sharp. It's not. We're just going to make it work. And we're not going to bother Miss Edwards and be like, my pencil is not sharp and I can't color, because yes, you can. So here's this. Okay, and now I'm going to really quickly and thoroughly color the mountains and basins region, which is right here. This is what I want to see on your paper. Is it perfect? No, but I know that you know where the mountains and basins are. Okay, again, this is not perfect. This is probably the sharpest of all of them, though. I'm going to skip down to the North Central. Okay, I'm going to color the North Central Plains red. And again, look at how I color. This is not going to take me forever. I'm not going to spend a day coloring a map. Okay, I'm just going to get in there and get it done. There's no major white spaces. It's somewhat neat. It's not perfect. When I grade you, I'll know that you know that's the North Central Plains. That's the purpose of coloring. Well, and to identify land. Here's the Great Plains. I'm going to do this with orange. This one is especially sad. Like, it hardly has, it's not sharpened at all. And it's going to work just fine. Here we go. Ooh, looking good. Look at that orange. Okay, it is pretty sad. I might sharpen this one if I were in class. Or get another orange. Here we go, here we go, here we go. You really don't need to sharpen map colors unless there's just nothing there. And whenever I look at this map, I can't tell whether the pencils were sharpened or not. That's just one of the things that we have to let go of, especially with this year being what it is. Okay, next is green. This is not a sharpened pencil at all. I'm gonna label the coastal plains. Here's the coastal plains. When you're coloring maps, please don't use crayon. Please don't use marker. Map colors are for maps. That's pretty much the only time I actually care what you're drawing with or using in class. Map colors are for maps. See how that's not perfect? It's fine. It's totally fine. And there you have the 4 regions of Texas: mountains and basins, Great Plains, North Central, and coastal plains.